morning, everyone. This is Dr. S. Chandra working as a professor for ECE at IRE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Yeah, today we will discussing about to honor course in digital communications. Under this modern digital communication techniques, here, honors and minors, we have that an honor is the field in which the student focuses during the course of his or degree. In honors degree, typically refers to a higher level of academic achievements in the major area. So minor is a secondary concentration of the courses that often completes the honors. So minor are coherent sequences of courses which may be taken in additions to the courses required for the BTech degree. So honor certificate for the vertical in his or her own major for research irradiation, what you call. So minor in any other branches of improving the employability. So this is the basic things, and only students have no credit areas and CGP of 7.5 R. Yeah, we can say it is at the end of the fourth semester are eligible to register. So for this case, the BTech honor or minor after registering for BTech honor or minor program. So with this, students fail in any course, she and he will not be eligible for BTech honors and minor. Yeah, in this case, for honors in the digital communication, we are having this one is introduction to the wireless and cellular communication, information theory, fiber optic communication technology, microwave theory and techniques, and principles of signal estimation for MIMO or OFDM wireless communication. So under this, we have chosen honors in digital communication, that is modern digital communication techniques. Yeah, there is a prerequisites, basic idea of signals and systems and probability theory. So here, the modern digital communication techniques. There is a course outlined. So digital communication has had one of the most profound influences in the development of the mankind. So it is behind the success of today's network society. So the objective of this course is to present the engineering principles, theories and practices which are fundamental to the successful design of a digital communication systems. Yeah, the course will delve into the design principles of a transmitter and receiver as to establish a reliable communication link. Here, course objectives. So, to understand the building blocks of digital communication system, to prepare the mathematical background for the communication signal analysis. So, to understand and analyze the signal flow in a digital communication system, to analyze the error performance of a digital communication system, to in presence of noise and other interferences. So to understand concept of the spread spectrum communication system, so here it is the primary goal of the course is to provide the students an understanding of the principles, techniques, trade-offs, and fundamental limits in the modern digital communication systems. So here other course objectives are available here. Compare the strengths, weaknesses and requirements of the different modulation techniques. For that, somewhat we are right to verify that modern digital communication techniques. Yeah, model constraints imposed by band limited channels and formulate methods for dealing with these constraints. Describe the concept of the channel capacity and the promise of the coding. So describe the basic operating principles of the block and convolution codes and implement encoding and decoding algorithms. So in addition, the student should develop the competency in the modeling and analysis, communication system elements and appreciation for the interrelations within the different elements in modern communication systems. So coming to this year under syllabus, so module 1, introduction of the digital communication systems, elements of digital communication systems, communication channel and their characteristics. So mathematical models for communication channels. So after that, development of the digital communications. So probability and stochastic processes. Under this module 1, suppose you have to what do you call, from the basic onwards, you should verify that introductions to the digital communication systems. Yeah, coming to the module 2, that is followed by course coding. Here, mathematical models for the information and a logarithmic measure of information. We are with the coding for discrete sources, because of we require a lot of discrete signals as well as source, and coding for analog sources, optimum. So quantization, after quantization should verify the coding techniques for the analog sources. Yeah, coming to this the third model, characterization of the communication signals and systems. Under this, representation of the band pass signals and systems, signal space representation and representation of digitally, because of we require that all modern digital communication system. Yeah, modulated signals, representation of the memory-less modulation methods, non-linear modulation methods. After that, spectral characteristics of the digitally modulated signals, we have to verify under this model 3. So coming to this of module 4, optimum receiver for channels with ISI and AWGN. Okay, optimum maximum likelihood receiver. After that, a discrete time model for channel with intersymbol interference, ISI. After that, the Viterbi algorithm for the discrete time white noise filter model. So performance of MLSE for a channel with ISE receivers. So within this, optimum receiver for the channel with ISI and AWGN. So for non-ideal channel, probability of error for different modulation schemes. So power adaptation method for color noise channel. So after that, what do you call, finally we are right into that module 5th. Fifth model, fundamentals of estimation and detection theory used in digital communication, and carrier phase and symbol synchronization, signal parameter estimation. After that, carrier phase estimation, maximum likelihood carrier phase estimation. Okay, here channel capacity also required for verifying that estimation and detection theory used in channel capacity, achieving channel capacity with orthogonal signals. So channel reliability functions. After that, power adaptation methods for color noise channel and so on. We have to verify that what do you call modern digital communication system. Yeah, coming to this today's agendas under digital modern digital communication system with techniques. For this case, introductions to the digital communication system. We have to verify that elements of digital communication system within this. Yeah, already we know that communication is the transferring the data reliably. That is our major task, because of throughout globe they are mentioning that they are using this communication. The communication is transferring the data reliably. So that reliably from one point to another. So that the communication is transferring the data reliably from one point to the another. So in terms of the data could be what do you call in terms of the voice, like I'm talking about this digital communication, modern digital communication techniques. So we are there's some recordings going on, like in terms of the live video. We can say the data could be a video, or maybe the codes and so on. Somewhat it is images and so on. Yeah, it is under communication is transferring data reliably from one point to another. It is important to receive the same information that was sent from the what do you call transmitter. Okay, we require that our transmitter and receiver. So from the transmitter, suppose you have to transmit the signal, it is important to receive the same information that was sent from the transmitter. Here we require this all for this communication is transferring data reliably from one point to the another. We require the communication system. Yeah, here it is the communication system, so, that allows transfer of information. So within this that information reliably. Okay. So here is communication. Already we know that all communication, where communication is transferring data reliably from one point to the point to another. So within this, either it is data could be voice or data, video and image, codes and some what you call the .wav file and so on. That may be what you call log signal. So it is important to receive the same information that was what you call sent from the transmitter. Communication system is required here. So within this, we require the certain what you call graphically and some what you call numerical values. That purpose we require the communication system. Here it is. There is a block diagram for the typical communication system. So basically, we're having these 5 blocks. One is the information source that is given to this transmitter. The transmitter output is fed to the channel. The channel output is given to the receiver. Finally, the information desk. This is the block diagram of the typical communication system. The communication allows the transfer of the information reliably. So within this information, that information source from that we have considered block diagram. So from that the block diagram, information source, the source of the data, where the data is available, like the source of the data, it is included data could be human voice, like I'm talking about this today's class, human voice, data storage device, CD in terms of the CD or pen drive or maybe video or and so on. Okay, data types. Yeah, we know that all data types. The data type may be in terms of discrete. The discrete is finite set of outcomes, that is digital. You easily can say that a digital modern digital communication techniques, that digitally. So how is that digitally? That from this is also coming from information source, and also the source of the data is available. After that, data types also required. The data types are what you call discrete. The discrete is followed by finite set of outcomes, that is the digital. So that means one is the data type is the discrete. Next one is data type is continuous. The continuous since in terms of this we can say it is the continuous time signal. But in terms of this in information source, the data types continuous. The continuous means infinite set of outcomes, that is analog. Yeah, if it is digital, finite set of outcomes are digital. In if it is continuous, infinite set of outcomes analog. So like this is the in terms of that information source is given to the transmitter. The transmitter. So what the major role of the transmitter, that converts the source data into a suitable form for the transmission. That is a major role in a transmitter. The way to transmit the signal. Okay, how they are transmitting? The transmitter converts the source data into a suitable form for a transmission through signal processing. Okay, that in terms of this, using the signal processing, data form depends on the channel. That means we require the channel. Yeah, as per the communication system, the block diagram, based on the block diagram, we have right to verify that information source, where it is available, information source, transmitter or maybe a channel like this. So we have to verify that that maybe this is the block diagram of the typical communication system. It is followed by information source. Just now we have verified the information source is followed by one is the source of data and data types. Of that, now that information source or maybe data, the source of data and data types, it is given to the transmitter. So the transmitter converts the source data into the suitable form for the transmission through signal processing. So data form depends on the channel. Now the channel is identified here. Information source is given to the transmitter. The transmitter is fed to the channel. So like this, we verify. Now coming to the channel. Yeah, the physical media used to send the signal. You know that all channel. Yeah, the medium where the signal propagates till arriving to the receiver. Okay, physical medium like that all physical mediums like it is followed by channels. Okay, so wide, if it is physical medium, you are ready to consider the channels. The channels maybe it is either it is wide or wireless. If you arrive at wide, yeah, suppose we have to use that all physically something is available that physical what do you call component wired like twisted pipes. You have to use that either twisted pipes, coaxial cable, fiber optics. Nowadays, people are using what do you call in channel environment purpose now due to that all reliably that the fiber optics are there using. Next, this is in terms of the wireless physical medium that is followed with channels. We have to use this the wired. Other option is wireless. So that wireless is followed by air, vacuum, and water. Okay. So like this, each physical channel has a certain limited range of frequencies. The frequency range everybody knows that one, but here we are supposed to have to recognize that all limited range of the frequencies. The frequencies say the F minimum frequency to maximum frequency, that is called the channel bandwidth. Okay. So based on this all channel bandwidth that you can try to decide that all how much signal is transferring from transmitter to that channel. Okay. So after that, a physical channel have another important limitation, which is the noise. So based on this all particular limitation, so the channel will be what you call reflected with all outcomes. If it is we are using the desirable results or desirable signal or not, the time the physical channels have another important limitation, which is the noise. Okay, so here easily can identify that where it is available channel. So from this information source, it is given to the transmitter. The transmitter output is fed to the channel. The channel is physical media used to send the signal. The medium where the signal propagates till arriving the receiver. Physical media we can consider the channel is it is the physical mediums. So or we can say to the channels or channel. Yeah, we have to use either wired or wireless. Okay, after that the channel is output is given to the receiver. That receiver output it is fed to the what you call information sink. So here coming to the channel, so it's by using the wired or wireless. Due to that all somewhat if you are using the wire for the reflects where it is merits or demerits, it is wireless. Here that purpose the under channel noise is undesired random signal that corrupts the original signal and degrades it. How it is degrades the noise sources. Here noise sources electronic equipment in the communication system because of using this physical equipment, electronic equipment in the communication system. These can reflect it that it is what you call some wanted or unwanted what you call noises will be observed. For that case, thermal noise. Uh, other one is atmospheric electromagnetic noise. Like here, our using this our environment. In terms of our environment, interference with another signal maybe may not be. So within this that are being transmitted at the same signal or maybe the same channel. So another limitation of the noise is the attenuation. So for this case, weakness is the signal strength as it travels over the transmission medium. So within this all channel, noise is undesired random signal that corrupts the original signal and degrades its noise sources. So within this, the attenuation increases as frequency increases. Okay, this is the important thing under channel. In terms of this, attenuation increases as frequency increases. So one last important limitation is the delay distortion. Yeah, if we are using this type of communication system, communication scenario, somewhat it is delayed, somewhat it is not be delayed. Like when this one last, yeah, there is another important limitation is the delay distortion. Within this delay distortion, so mainly in the wide transmission. So wide transmission, wireless. If you are in the wide transmission, somewhat it is there is a major limitation is the delay distortion. So within this, the delay is the transmitted signal. Due to this, if you are using this wide transmission, delay the transmitted signal. So while it is reliable of the communication system, so that our expected thing is it's a reliable communication system. So that's why which one is important, wired or wireless? Better we have to concentrate on wired or wireless. Within this that block diagram, we are using this block diagram of a typical communication system for this. So now we are to verifying that receiver. The receiver is available that from this also coming from this what we call information source to transmitter, transmitter to channel, channel to receiver. The receiver extracting the message code in the receiver signal. So best example is if I'm delivering my goods, it's like we are receiving any signal, what type of signal we know that. Best example is the speech signal at a transmitter is converted into electromagnetic waves to travel over the channel. Okay, from in between that channel to receiver, how it is communicate, how it is extracting the message or code in the receiver signal. Yeah, speech signal at the transmitter is converted into electromagnetic waves to travel over the channel. Other thing is once the electromagnetic waves are received properly, if not received properly, what happens? That receiver, if it is whether it is extracting the message or code in the received signal in proper way. So usually going to analyze. So once the electromagnetic waves are received properly, the receiver converts it back to the speech form. So within this, that information sync. Finally, that from this, so that signal information source is given to the transmitter. The transmitter output is fed to the channel. The channel output is given to the receiver. The receiver output is given to the what you call information sync. Yeah, what is that information sync? So that information sync, this is the final stage. How many stages are available in communication system? A typical communication system, basically we have five stages. First stage and second stage is the major role of that directly. Second stage is given to the channel to receiver. Receiver is finally it is given to that information sync. That information sync is the final stage. So here the user, like information sync is the user, like source to destination. Source is it is coming from the information source. So using this all three stages, finally it is enter into the what you call user. Okay. Within this, why should you use the digital communication? Yeah, this type of things are required for implementing what you call modern digital communication techniques. Why should you use the digital communication? Because is of the what you call regeneration, like pulses, like digital, either positive or negative, or high to low, or low to high. We can say it is easy to use the repeaters. So noise immunity. Yeah, under noise immunity, better noise handling when using the repeaters that repeats the original signal. That's why we use digital communication. And noise immunity, so easy to differentiate between the values either low or high, or 0 or 1. So easy of the transmission. Okay, so less errors because of while you are in the digital communication, easy of transmission. Why? Less errors. You will expecting low errors. Okay, Sometimes we are unable to using unable to receiving the errors. Okay, so that's why you are using that digital communication. Other thing is that is faster. Why you are using the digital communication? The speed in terms of the speed and other things. It is fast and somewhat it is better productivity. That's why we require that digital communication. Yeah, why should we use digital communication? Easy of the multiplexing. Yeah, transmitting the several signal simultaneously. That's why we require the digital communication. So use of the modern technology nowadays throughout the globe, we require this modern technology within this by using digital communication. So why we are there in the use of the modern technology? Because of less cost when compared to the digital communication. We require the modern implementation technology while using modern digital communication techniques. Use of modern technology, less cost, easy of encryption. Because of we record this all once we are transmitting and receiving the signal from source to destination, we require this type of use of the modern technology is required because of the lot of data, a lot of information, the right to transmit. That in receiving section also, that receiver also they need the same information. The time they require easy of encryption. That's why we require the digital communication. So security and privacy, what you call guarantee. Nowadays, this parameter is most important. Security and privacy guarantee while we are using this digital communication. Handles most of the encryption techniques. So now for coming to this digital communication, some example, real-time examples. Due to this all real-time example, easily you can implement that what you call modern digital communication techniques while in real-time aspects. So that's why we require certain examples, some digital examples. Like some examples of digital communications are, that emailing. Without this all emailing, nowadays people are not satisfying with all aspects. And computers are necessary. And texting. Once we are having this all computer, there is a possibility emailing, texting, and if without this all computers also we need the cell phones. Okay, and fax. Previous days they are using the fax. Nowadays fax are not using because of due to this all generation, computer generation and other what they call it, reliability and other flexibility. Like teleconferencing, because of it is very important nowadays. Teleconferencing, okay, and video conference very much necessity. This one the video conferencing. But this graphically we write verify this all examples, some important examples. So once we are having this all awareness, after that we try to implement this all modern what you call digital communication techniques. Okay, so this is the emailing. Okay, while you are in the mail, usually you can write that all text by opening the email ID. If you are having that email account, usually you can send that email through in what you call personally and officially or whatever it is. It is followed by emailing. Of that, coming to these computers, everybody know that all computers. So the computers are required for doing this emailing. Yeah, without this all computer, how we are utilizing this emailing, we require these computers. So once we are having the computers, we have to utilize this all emailing. This is the examples of digital communication. So with the help of this all digital communication, after that we are to implement our modern digital communication techniques. Okay, after that, what do you call it, texting? So texting, or if you want to texting with the help of the computer is possible. Emailing, after that we require the cell phones. Yeah, this one cell phones, new technology based cell phones. So here also the texting. So right, you utilize this all texting while you are using this mobile or maybe what do you call computers. And fax. We know that all fax importance of the fax mission. Okay, physically we are ready to verify these all things in digital communication. Example. Next, teleconferencing. You have checked this all in your perception level how it is going on the teleconferencing of that video conferencing. That video conference is the most important in this pandemic, like COVID-19 pandemic, is all official meetings are using the video conferencing. This is all related to the digital communication examples, real-time examples. Coming to this in-depth of each and every example, some examples of digital communications are, we know that emailing, just now we have seen that graphically, that emailing, electronic mail is often abbreviated to a email. So emails is the store and forward method of writing, sending. We know that all our everyday day-to-day life, we are enjoying this one, receiving and saving the messages through computers. There is a possibility using the computers as well as cell phones. So an electronic mail message consists of the two components, the message header and the message body, which is the email's content. The message's header contains control information, including originators. So email address and one or more recipient addresses, usually additional information is added, such as subject, header field, and so on within this. Using this all the at. Always hearing the mail rate of that in terms of the at. It's not a rate of. Yeah, suppose you have to use this at sign, a part of every email address. So within this, there is a major merit while you are using the email. What the main merit advantage? The email enables speedily communicate. This is a major advantage. This is the major merit. Other thing is, email provides the receiver an optimum to respond immediately. Email is a low cost. That's why always the people are preferring this email while they are using the computer as well as cell phones. This is the best examples of digital communication. Okay, so way to transmit the messages. So the email messages are always easy to locate because of locations also, or maybe it is always secure means of sending messages. So emails, this is a major advance. There is some drawbacks, some disadvantages. Lack of computer knowledge among the people. So not sure all receiving the parties use the email system. Unwanted spam emails. Of course, people are known what is the computer knowledge people also. Okay, among the people, for the lack of computer knowledge, people also they are facing this type of thing. With the computer knowledge, the people also they are using this so that all receiving parties as to email system wanted to spam emails. Yeah, somewhat the other disadvantages, demerit, illegal contents, so including the virus damages and user systems, data and what you call reputations like this. This type of major disadvantages people are facing with the help of this real-time aspects. So how to overcome this all this type of demerits? We require that modern digital communication techniques. Next disadvantage, email might not send due to the loss of connections to the internet. So in this time, the COVID-19 purpose, we are facing this type of problems. But here, in terms of this, email might not sent due to the loss of connections to the internet. Okay, so somewhat is the texting. The common term for the sending of the short messages from mobile phones, or nowadays, majority people are they are using only mobile phones or portable devices is called texting. Okay, text works using the short message service SMS, and we can say it is SMS is the method by which messages can be sent to a cell phone via another cell phone. So nowadays it is the very flexible thing while you are using this type of major application in digital communication. Okay, a computer connected to the internet or a regular landline, or maybe it is this thing. So we have to verify this all texting. Under this texting, what are the major advantages? It's cheap, reliable, simple, non-voice. Okay. So other advantages, SMS connects many people around the world through what you call text messaging social networking. Okay, next coming to this the texting advantages, it is cheap, reliable, simple, non-voice. Of course, we know that all it is the non-voice. Where SMS is, connects the many people around the world through what do you call text messaging, social networking. So that's the major merit in while you are in the texting, either by using the what you call mobile or cell phones or other equipment, electronic goods. SMS messaging is what you call relatively spam free, and SMS is what you call discreet. Okay, SMS leads to a smaller phone bills, so messages are instantly recorded. Okay, people are verifying that while you're using the what you call that using the mobile. All are verifying the really. An SMS what you call is personal. So where it is, this is the major advantages. So coming to these all disadvantages, only relatively short messages can be sent at any one time. That's a major drawback. That's why people are preferring what you call email. So this is another important application in a day while we are in the digital communication. Yeah, it's convenient to the use. Most phones keypads to a type. After that, the people attempts to send text messages while driving and doing all sort of things. This is the major drawback. So people, emergency time, they are using this type of what we call while driving and doing all sort of things. This is the major drawback, disadvantage. And some end up hurting themselves or somewhat it is other in the process. And coming to the facts, people are know that all facts. What is the facts? A copy of a document that travels in the electronic form along a phone line, and what you call is then printed on page. Fax is a document sent over a telephone line. This is the best example of the digital communications. Fax machines were what you call a very common way to send the documents from one location to another. Nowadays, it is reliable, it is useful that fax. Sometimes in confidential documentary purpose, they are using the fax. Okay, fax machines are still used to today, but are not considered as reliable as other options that are available. If it is confidential, some official works they are using the fax. In normal business purpose, other what you call normal people, they are unable to utilize in this fax. What are the major merit advantage of the fax? Fax machines are a great option if it is a paper that cannot easily be sent through mail. Okay, using the fax machine is much faster than the sending an item. So what are the drawback of here? Disadvantage of fax, need a separate space for the machine. This is a major drawback, major disadvantage. Now the other disadvantage is needs a telephone line. If you are not having the telephone line, we are unable to utilize this fax. If you are not having the proper what do you call communication, what do you call while using the telephone line, there is no use of this fax. It's a major disadvantage. Needs a power. Other thing is needs a power or electricity. Require paper for receiving the and what do you call sending the faxes. These are all major drawbacks. That's why the major normal people they are unable to utilize. If the official purpose or confidential purpose, they are to use the fax. That's why here and so mission needs to be always to be receive the fax. So if it is something is thing is happened like it is if the mission is off, what happens? There is no transmitting, there is no seeing, there is no paper at all. So people are while they're in the fax, then they are ready to receive the paper. So the time the what you call we may lose the faxes. So like this, large probability of losing the faxes, which could potentially what you call potentially be important. Stories of this printed paper faxes are very difficult. So that's why it's a major drawback while you are in this fax under some real-time examples of digital communication. Okay, so to send a fax, both the sender and the receiver must have access to fax machine. If you are having the fax machine, that what you call receiver, they're unable to utilize the fax. What happens? No use. This is the major drawback. Now coming to the teleconferencing. Yeah, the teleconferencing is the telephone or a video meeting between the participants in the two or more locations. Teleconferencing are similar to the telephone calls. Of course, in the business purpose, telecallers they are using this type of application, but they can expand the discussions to more than two people. The time we record the telephone conferencing. So advantage of teleconferencing, reduce the cost of group meeting. Either maybe by using this what you call video conference and so on. But here it is reducing the cost of group meeting, reducing the traveling cost. Okay, somewhat it is that time they require we require teleconferencing. So teleconferencing allows the people to participate in region or regionally, national or worldwide meetings without actually leaving their local office. This is a major advantage. So majority business are majority what do you call official works are they are using the teleconferencing. Okay, so great. There is a great communication and coordination between the branches and work site. We require they are using the teleconferencing. So a meeting is more flexible as the participants can join the conferences. So whether it is necessary. So here conference can be scheduled minutes or hours ahead of time instead of day or weeks. This type of flexibility is available while they are using digital communication example, like in teleconferencing. Okay, so disadvantage while they are using the teleconferencing, the major disadvantage, the occurrence of the technical failure and trying or to establish the conference or during the conference. Okay, so other difficulty for complex interpersonal communication, such as negotiation or bargaining and so on. Okay, so other example is somewhat using the telecom, so there is a disadvantage. So in personal, less easy to create an atmosphere of the groups or rapport, a lack of participants, what you call familiarity with the equipment, the medium itself and meeting skills will be developed. Socializing is less than a face-to-face meeting. And other important example in digital communication, video conferencing. Nowadays, it is very important application in digital communication. Okay, that is the video conferencing. It's also known as video teleconferencing. Is a set of what you call interactive in line set of interactive telecommunication technologies. Okay, especially this case we require there is a development in what you call modern digital communication techniques, video conferencing. Okay, so within this, which allows two or more locations to interact via two-way videos and what you call audio transmission simultaneously. This is the major what you call advantage while they are using this interacting the what you call live in video conferencing. So it has also been called visual collaboration and is a type of groupware. So video conferencing can transmit the pictures, right, to capture this picture, right, to transmit the pictures with help of our communication system as well as voice through video cameras and computer modems. If we are not having this much this type of facility, we are unable to what you call utilizing this facility video conferencing. So as well as the voices through video cameras and computer modems, we are to utilizing this facility. So advantage of the video conferencing, reach anywhere you need to what you call reach the immediately. This is a major it. And web-based conferencing allows large rooms of people at different locations. Not only here, our country, not only our district, throughout globe, there is a possibility while using the video conferencing. So interact with one another effectively. So PowerPoint and other visual displays can be shared with every attendee. So the conferencing at the same time giving the feel of everyone be in the one room. So based on the single room, the right to interacting, the right to solve the problems, sort of all their tasks and other parameters. So there is other major disadvantages. Disadvantage of video conferencing. The price may be the biggest drawback. What are the here? What are the involvement of the prices? We'll check at this. How it is involving the price may be in the biggest drawback. So here it is. There are some human ways of communicating that do not translate very well. So a distance such as eye contact or using this all easily can verify that one. So digital communication. Here already we have seen the digital communication in terms of this. If you want to verify this all digital communication of that elements and other things, we have to concentrate on the digital communication system. Okay, before entering the digital communication system. So what is the digital communication? Already we have verified the application related, but in depth of that. What is the digital communication? Data of the digital format, that is binary numbers. We know that all binary numbers 0, 1 or 1, 0 or 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 and so on. So here it is. The word digital comes from the Latin word digit and digitus, the Latin word for the finger, as fingers. The digital communication is any message passed through digital devices. This is the background of the binary numbers. The digital, that is a word that digital comes from the Latin word. Yeah, digital communication is any type of information sent digitally. Okay, so major advantages here. It is fast and easier, and here is no paper is wasted. This is a major advantage while using the digital communication. We have seen in a real-time example. The messages can be stored in the device for longer times without being damaged. Digital communication can be done over large distances through internet and other things. It is comparatively cheaper. It removes the semantic and barriers because of the written data can be easily changed to different languages using the software. So within this all using this all different languages, using the different softwares, so it was somewhat it is fast and easier, and there is no paper wasted. So it provides facilities like video conferencing. Just now we have verified that the digital communication application, video conferencing, they require this type of thing. We have verified, which saves a lot of time and money and effort. So within this, what the drawback? It is unreliable as the messages can be recognized by signatures. The establishment of the digital communication causes degradation of the environment in some cases. Electronic waste in an example, the the video gives out the telephone and cell phone towards are too strong, they can kill the male birds. So many people misuse the efficiency of the digital communication. Of course, we know that. That's right. If you are there misusing the digital communication, that means it's a major drawback. So the disadvantage, the major disadvantage of digital transmission is that it requires the greater transmission bandwidth or channel bandwidth to communicate. So due to this all disadvantages, we have to overcome by using our subject. That is modern digital communication techniques. Okay, that's why we are concentrating this all in depth of this digital communication. So within this, the same information in digital format as compared to analog format. And another disadvantage of digital transmission is that digital detection. That digital detection requires system synchronization. So within this, whereas analog signal generally have no such a requirement. Okay. So coming to this digital communication system and elements of digital communication system. Here communication is, that all communication, where communication is transferring the data reliably from one point to the another point. So within this data could be voice or video or image or codes. It is important to receive the same information that was sent from the from the transmitter. Okay. So communication system, a system that allows transfer of the information reliably. Okay, with this block diagram, you can understand that communication system. The communication system is followed by these all steps. The step is followed by information source is given to the analog digital converter. That analog digital converter is output is given to the source encoder. The source encoder output is given to the channel encoder. Channel encoder output is given to the modulator. The modulator output is given to the channel. The channel output is given to the demodulator to channel decoder to source decoder. The channel decoder output is given to the digital analog converter. Finally, there is information sink. This is the communication system. Okay. So within this, we have to verify that information source. That is information source already we have verified analog data. That analog data may be while there is the microphone, space signal, or image, or video, and so on. So discrete, where discrete we can say it is the digital or discrete data or digital data. Like by using this keyboard, binary numbers, hexadecimal number, or Greek code, and so on. So analog to digital converter, here it is sampling. Sampling is required, converting the continuous time signal to the digital signal. The time we require the sampling. After that, we require the quantization. That quantization converts the amplitude to the analog signal to the digital value. So while in analog to digital converter, we require this sampling as well as quantization. After that, coding is also required. The coding assigning the binary code to each finite amplitude in the analog signal. Within this, the block diagram, analog to digital converter, it will involve that sampling, quantization, and coding. So check it here, that information source, that the information source is, click on this information source. We have to verify that an information source is followed by analog data, discrete data, after that analog to digital converter. So that analog to digital converter it is involved with the sampling, quantization, coding. So while we are in this block diagram, you can analyze that information source along with this analog to digital converter. Okay. Now some encoder, source encoder. Yeah, so the source encoder is available. This is the third stage. It's available the block diagram. Information source is given to the analog to digital converter. The analog to digital converter output is fed to the source encoder. So click on this source encoder. The source encoder represents the transmitted data more efficiently and removing the redundancy information. See, if it is unknown material or unknown information, so right, to remove the redundant information. So how? Bright versus light. Speech signal frequency and human ear, we know that our frequency is 20 kilohertz. So two types of encoding. One is lossless data compression, that is going to be encoding. Here we require these all things, and data can be recovered without any missing information. The time, so lossy. Next one, the lossy data compression, that is going to be encoding. So here it is small size of data. If it is size, the data is small size, the time the right to evaluate this one, data removing encoding cannot be recovered again. So using this all our next channel encoder, because of we have verified that information source and analog to digital converter, source encoding. Now that source encoding output is given to that channel encoder. So click on this channel encoder. The channel encoder to convert the noise to to control the noise and to detect and correct. Okay, control the noise. Where is that noise? Information from the information source to the analog to digital converter, source encoder, that it is involved to it is available that noise. That time we record the channel encoder. What is the major role of this one? What is the major activity? To control the noise and to detect and correct the errors that can occur in the transmitted data. So due to the noise. Where in this before three steps, two steps, there is a noise. Where is available noise? It is noise is involved in the input section from the source. Where the source? Information source. So after that, here also we require the modulator. Okay, the channel encoder output is given to the modulator. The modulator represents the data in a form to make it compatible with the channel. Okay, that carrier signal, yeah, that carrier signal is high frequency signal. The time, so we require that all what do you call demodulator. After that, it is ready to enter that demodulator, removes the carrier signal. What do you call? Removes the carrier signal and reverse the process of the modulator. Then what is the process of modulator? So the modulator represents the data in the form of to make it is compatible with the channel. Carrier signal, high frequencies. That time we require that demodulator. The demodulator followed by removes the carrier signal and reverse the process of the modulator. Okay, channel decoder. So the channel decoder detects and corrects the error in the signal gain from the channel. That I am right to verify the source decoder. The source decoder is role of this decompress the data into its original format. Of that we require the digital to analog converter. It is followed by reverse the operation of the analog digital converter. Okay, needs the techniques and knowledge about what you call sampling, quantization, after that coding methods. So after that what you call information, it is given to the information sink, that is in a, what you call the destination, like the user, that is followed with the user. Okay, you can verify this one from this information source is given to the analog digital converter. Analog digital converter to the source encoder to the channel encoder. After that is given to the modulator. The modulator output is given to the channel output is demodulator. After that the channel decoder to source decoder. It is given to digital analog converter. Finally, it is available in the user. That is called the information sink. This is the digital communication system. These are the what you call elements of the digital communication system. So here it is where to verify that basic concept in signal. The signal under analog to digital converter, the process of converting an analog signal to a digital signal. Here it is in order to transmit it through a digital communication system. There is a possibility here. Electric signal can be represented either in time domain or frequency domain. So time domain and frequency domain, if you are using the mathematical notation, easily can analyze this time domain frequency domain. But in graphically, we have to verify that one. The time domain, that is V of t is equal to 2 into sine of 2 pi 1000 t plus 45. Say for example, within this there is a response with this, we can get these values of that signal at any time t. Here it is the time domain and frequency domain. Graphically it is available. That time domain, what you call the time versus amplitude. So now it is in terms of that v of t. The time domain v of t is graphically we have to verify. Parallel with the frequency domain, frequency versus amplitude. X-axis the frequency, y-axis the amplitude. So frequency domain easily can verify that one by substituting in the v of t equation. So within this, converting the analog signal to a discrete signal. So analog to digital can be done through 3 basic steps. First step is sampling, quantization, coding, and sample. Now we are right to enter that the coding. What you call sampling. That sampling is process of converting the continuous time signals to the discrete time signal. What is that sampling? Process of converting the continuous time signal, like the .wave file, like the analog signal, continuous time signal to discrete time signal. Here in graphically you are right to verify the original analog signal before sampling, how it is appear. After sampling, sampled analog signal. After sampling, how many samples are available in original analog signal. For that case, the sampling, sampling is done by taking samples from while we are verifying the original analog signal and sampled analog signals. These can verify that taking the samples at specific times spaced regularly within this v of t is an analog signal and v of n into ts is the sampled signal. Graphically it is available but in this case where ts is a positive real number that represents the spacing of the sampling time. So while we are using the mathematical model, graphically we have to verify that one. But n is specified where n is the sample number integer. So while converting the analog signal to the discrete signal, so can be done So three basic steps are the sampling already we have seen. Now coming to the quantization. So here it is under sampling. Before entering the quantization, we have to recollect this all sampling. The closer the TS value, the closer the sample signal resemble the original signal. So that means that we have lots of values of the original signal. Within this, the parts of between the what you call each successive samples, so for can be recovered these values, and how it is recovered can we do back from the discrete signal original continuous time signal. Yeah, this is all possible by using that what you call piece of code. You should write the piece of code by using the mathematical notation. So using this piece of code, after that we are simulating is you can observe the graphically the graphical representation of this here. We can see that due to this all sampling, the closer the TS value, the closer the sample signal resemble the original signal. Based on this all, direct to write to what you call design that what you call sampling theorem. Sampling theorem, a band limited signal having no spectral components above f maximum in terms of the hertz can be determined uniquely by its values sampled at a uniform interval of ts seconds, where if it is an analog signal can be reconstructed from a sampled signal without any loss of information if and only if it is so band limited signal. It's a band limited signal, and the sampling frequency is at what you call at least twice the signal bandwidth. So when compared to the sampling, and a sampling theorem is available, usually can implement the sampling theorem in practically there is a possibility. Okay, converting the analog signal to the digital signal. That means under elements of digital communication system, we are verifying each and every element. Where under the second element can be done through the three basic steps. Already we know that all sampling. Now we are right entering the quantization. After that, we'll see that the coding. Now we are entering the quantization, where quantization is the process of approximating a continuous range of the values, very large set of possible. So that possibility in terms of the discrete values by a relatively small range of values, small set of discrete values. Like this, a continuous range may be infinite set of values. Of course, we know that all. Everybody is not that fundamental aspect of the quantization. And a discrete range, there is a finite set of values. Okay. So due to this all particular dynamic range of the signal, so the difference between the highest to lowest value the signal takes, usually can verify that one graphically. So in x-axis and y-axis, it is based on that minimum signal value and maximum signal value that easily can identify that dynamic range. Okay. Within this same thing, converting the analog to digital conversion discrete signal can be done through three basic steps. So two steps already we have seen. Coming to the here, the quantization is involved somewhat the quantization process. The dynamic range of the signal is divided into what you call L amplitude levels denoted by mk, where k is the you can use the k value 0, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, L, and so on. So if you are verifying the graphically, so or if you are seeing that what you call power of the 2, where L is equal to k, where k is the number of bits needed. So within this, to present the amplitude level, we have if you divide this dynamic range into level where L equal to 8 is equal to 23, we need 3 bits to represent each level. So best example, suppose we have an analog signal, it is a continuous time signal with the values between 0, 10. Okay, within this, if you divide the signal into 4 levels, so we have where M1 0, 2.5, M2 2.5, 5, M3 5, 7.5, M4 7.5, 10. Like this. So you can verify that in graphically. the signal. Suppose we have an analog signal with the values between 0, 10. Divide the signal into 4 levels. We have M1, M2, M3, and so on. It is available. Yeah, in quantization, best example is suppose we have an analog signal with the values between same within this, but here for every level we assign the value for the signal if it is false within the same level. If it is assigned where V of t is equal to M1, M2, M3, M4, so you can verify that if the M1 is equal to 1.25, the signal in M1 and so on. Original analog signal is before quantization. Before quantization, now it disappeared graphically. So it is the continuous time signal. Okay. So after using this all, so after the quantized analog signal, it will appear that after quantization, the waveforms are like this. Okay. So original discrete signal, after the quantization, discrete signal, after the quantization is right to observe in graphically. For every level, we assign the value for the signal if it falls within the same level. So somewhat we try to verify that using this all levels, the more quantization level we take, the smaller the error between the original and quantized signal. So we can say the quantized steps. The quantized discrete signal after the quantization. So we can say the quantization step is followed by what you call dynamic range by number of quantization levels. It is equal to S maximum minus S minimum by capital L. Okay. So the smaller the del is, the smaller the error. The value is smaller, so the smaller the error. So overall, that the quantization, we have to verify that error is small or high or whatever it is, you can verify in practical. So other element converting the analog signals to discrete signal can be done through three basic. Already we have done the 3 steps. Now we are into the third step, coding, assigning the binary code to each quantization level. If we have quantized signal into 16 levels. Okay, more than that, a signal 16 or 8 levels maybe. If you want to consider that a signal into 16 levels, the coding process is done. Okay, as follows, like this. So what do you call that code in terms of the step 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Step 1, what you call code is in terms of this 4 level, 4 bits 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Step 1 is you can identify that all value 4, 5, 6, 7 and code is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. If it is 6, no, 0, 1, 1, 0. If it is 7, 0, 1, 1, 1 and next step is if it is 8, 1, 0, 0. If it is 9, 1, 0, 0, 1. If it is 10, 1, 0, 1, 0. If it is 11, 1, 0, 1, 1 and so on. Step, related step and code is you can identify that all the binary codes are represented as pulses. Pulse means 1. If it is no pulse means 0. So here it is. Due to this, if you are considering the 9 is 1, 0, 0, 1. So easily can represent the pulse. If it is here, after coding process, the signal is ready to be transmitted through the channel, and therefore completing the analog to digital conversion of the analog signal. Okay. Now that quantization, the more quantization level we take, the smaller error between the what you call original and quantized signal. So easily can get the smaller the del, the smaller the error. So communicate. So like this, we're ready to verify that all elements of the digital communication system. Within this digital communication system, they are easily can verify that one thing is communication as well as the communication system of that digital communication system. Okay, so like this, these all fundamental aspects are required for verifying, for implementing the modern digital communication techniques. Once we are familiar with this all stuff, easily can verify this all digital communication, modern digital communication system. Okay.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.